Good morning, students, especially students on a Saturday morning. Thank you for being here. Good morning, parents, and we have some very special guests with us this morning. Welcome to the dedication ceremony of this beautiful Minotauriam. It will be an integral part of our Buncombe Discovery Academy for STEM education that will be opening in August. Prior to June 2011, the facility that we're currently in that is now being renovated, it was called the Career Education Center. And our school board had the wonderful vision at the time to look at closing that particular center with the intent to reopen it. But the vision was, as they reopened this facility, that it would be a 21st century model of innovation and academic relevance. And I truly believe that is what you're going to see in this Discovery Academy. At the January 9th State Board of Education meeting, our Discovery Academy was approved by that board as only one of 5 schools in the state to receive status as a comprehensive and innovative high school to open next fall. In fact, we are the only one of those schools that's west of Charlotte. Since the initial planning stages, we have held 2 we call them non-negotiables. And the first was that we would establish the strongest partnership that we possibly could with our local colleges and universities. This would allow our students at the Discovery Academy access to college credit courses beginning in their 9th grade, very similar to what has been so successful with early college. The second was to develop a solid connection with our business, industry, and advanced manufacturing. It's our vision that each academy graduate will have a mentor in the projected career of their choosing, with an internship and apprenticeship opportunities. 3 years ago, we put in a program called Project Lead the Way, which is a strong STEM-based curriculum. We put it in all 7 of our middle schools because we believe that foundation needed to start as early as possible. So we have a number of those students that have taken that particular course. Robotics is only one of the many STEM activities that you're going to find in our schools across the county. Students, we just can't wait to see you and your robots in action, and what a great job. I could not believe you actually cut that ribbon, but I want to thank you for being here, and I want to thank your teachers for taking their Saturdays and being with you as well. Let's give our MVPs a nice hand.
I can't even imagine what it's going to look like in 10 years for you guys, or 20 years. Or 30 years. I mean, I don't have the sophistication to plot that out and tell you what it's going to be. But it's going to be vital that you know and you learn and you participate in that technology going forward. STEM is to get us to that next generation when we're dealing mechanically, manufacturing, medical. And you guys are going to have the opportunity to be at the forefront. So I know this sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook for you, but take advantage of what's being offered to you, because it will serve you well the rest of your life.
It's remarkable that so many players in this community have made a commitment to make this possible. The private sector, government, higher education, and the list just goes on and on. It is truly, truly remarkable. But it doesn't surprise me. When I think about this past year and watching the planning process that was underway to make this academy possible, and how many people were involved and how transparent that process was involved, it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody that it set a high bar for the community's participation in this kind of creativity. Because the early college that was created here in Buncombe with local leadership set another high bar for what can happen when people collaborate. So we know that this is going to be profoundly successful going forward. We know that. I told the superintendent earlier his biggest challenge in the next couple of years is going to be figuring out that long line of young people who want to be a part of this great school community, who can get here, and how does that equitable so that everybody has a chance to be a part of this wonderful experience. One of the things I know today, guaranteed, is that within 24 months, We're going to be bringing teachers here from all over North Carolina to observe the important work that's going to be going on in these classrooms, focusing on inquiry and the development of skills and the acquisition of knowledge, the kind of community that meets the individual needs of students. So my prediction is that 24 months down the road, not just in Western North Carolina, but all across North Carolina, people are going to be coming to see the wonderful work being made possible here at the Academy. Thank you.
We're going to keep our supplements coming. We're going to fund STEM schools. We're going to make sure that Buncombe County students and Asheville City students have everything they need to succeed in changing times. Because, folks, education costs money. This is not free, but it's the best investment that the state, the federal, or the local government can do. And part of the education, part of the investment is making sure our teachers are paid properly, that our students have the opportunity to have programs like this. What I really like about STEM is they don't train you for a job, they train you for skills. And it's kind of a holistic look at what you're doing. This school is not going to look like any other high school. It's going to look different because the whole idea is we're teaching you concepts for the future. And everybody in the school district has an equal shot to get in this school. And that's the beauty of public schools. We want everybody to succeed. We want every single person to have the best opportunity to get a good job, to do anything you want to do. And that's what our country was founded on. But it's changing because you have to have more skills, and that's what we're going to do here.
I am very, very proud of Project Lead the Way. It is in our CTE curriculum. And another thing that I'm very proud of are our teachers. Our teachers, I know some of you may be Carolina fans, but they go to Duke University for training, and it is an intense. They say 80 hours on paper. It is not that. They will all attest that it's major more curriculum than that. And they learn about this programming. And then they come back and they teach these students. And I encourage you to walk into a Project Lead the Way classroom where you will see true academic integration. And our students will be strengthened every day by that total cooperation, collaborative learning. And it truly is about 21st century skills that our businesses and industries tell us we need. We have to make sure we're giving them the skills, preparing them for the future. And I have a true vision that we have to grow our own. We have to start making sure that we produce our workforce of our future, and it starts right there with those students.
We have been very privileged to work with the Buncombe County School Board and the administration over the last year. It's a matter of heart for every one of us at Market Connections, and the whole team of us is here this morning. And we've been very proud to work to produce a video with the help of these students and teachers and many people in Buncombe County.
Action.
A pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz brought to you by Buncombe County Schools.
Question number 1. What does STEM stand for?
It's about innovation.
Connections to business and industry.
And it's about integration. As we integrate science, technology, engineering, and math, those concepts throughout the entire curriculum.
The answer is clearly science, technology, engineering, and math.
Any other answer means that you're thinking too hard. Relax, this is supposed to be fun. Although you will be graded and your test score will haunt you for the rest of your life.
My favorite subject in school is probably either math or science.
It's interesting to learn about the things that are happening around you.
I really like knowing how things work. Like the tectonic plates really got me the other day.
It's always been like a big part of my life. I would always do things with my dad, like build cars and help him fix things.
I think the heart is a really cool organ, and I think it'd be cool to perform surgery.
And I also like it because it can explain almost any question I have.
Second question.
Yes. Question number 2.
Numero dos.
What is the Buncombe Discovery Academy?
The answer is D, a place you can invent your own future. And Buncombe County's first STEM-focused high school.
A different approach to learning, a school where students don't sit in rows. Students are going to have to think critically. They're going to have to be creative in problem solving, dynamic in their thinking.
Our two non-negotiables, bringing in academic rigor with college-type courses, so we have strong partnerships with our colleges. Also, the apprenticeship, internship, hands-on experience, workplace experience with our businesses and advanced manufacturers.
Nothing could be more real world than the opportunity to have local businesses getting involved as much as they are to show the kids how these things are implemented every day in the real world.
They can do a project that's going to involve the math and the engineering and the science all at the same time. And they'll be able to explore in a more in-depth way than they can in a regular classroom setting.
Sounds like a pretty cool place to me.
Question number 3.
True or false?
The Buncombe Discovery Academy emphasizes kinesthetic learning. True. Kinesthetic is another way of saying hands-on learning.
But you knew that, right?
What I think the students need most in their learning environment is the opportunity to create something.
I have an assembly line simulator that shows kids how the skills that they've learned can be used in a real-world situation.
People learn differently. For me, it's hands-on.
If you can get kids manipulating objects, learning for themselves, doing experiments, building, constructing, a lot more learning takes place.
If you actually experience how to do it, you're more likely to remember it.
Even just writing something helps me a lot more than just listening to it or looking at it, but definitely when I work on something with my hands.
This is an excellent program for kids who love that, who love tinkering and building.
If you have more experience, if you see what's going on, then you'll be more certain about what you really want to do.
There are so many students who struggle in other aspects of schoolwork, but when they come in and do something with their hands, they just rise to the occasion.
You're not limited to what's on the page. You can use your imagination and be creative.
Flexibility, creativity, those will be two key concepts that as you visit this particular campus, I think you're going to see that very clearly.
See, I can learn all about viruses, but I also need some hands-on experience to really understand that. Because if I was going to go into a pathology career, I couldn't just only rely on my education. Anytime kids can see the relevance of what they're learning is a big plus.
Question 4.
The blank was the first of many cool features completed at the Discovery Academy.
A Minotauriam is a small auditorium, and in this facility, students can present projects where business leaders might come in and speak. This will be a performing center for STEM.
Lunches may look very different here at Discovery Academy. We would envision that a lot of our students would elect to take lunch inside the Minotauriam, and they would be treated to a guest lecturer that comes directly from some particular area of business, whether it be technology, whether it be advanced manufacturing, whether it be from the health services field. That flexibility in time, flexibility in space, we think that's going to make it different than what you would be accustomed to in a very traditional high school structure, both facility and curriculum.
I'll be honest, I had absolutely no idea what a Minotauriam was.
Question number 5.
Can I just say, I'm getting really excited about this school.
Which of these businesses in Buncombe County uses high-tech robots? Yep, looks like that was a trick question. The answer is all of the above.
I'm going to call in. We have a special. So this allows a neurologist to beam in remotely and help make recommendations in treatment, which otherwise would not be available. As a nurse, and I think anyone in the medical field, it's all about science. And so it just makes sense for these new higher technologies to come into place in everyday patient care.
The most exciting part of my job is definitely doing the robotics. Once the kids actually have something built that they've made, the looks on their faces when they're driving something that they completely constructed on their own.
So I'm thinking maybe in 10 years' time, the robots will look so real we might not be able to tell them from humans. And I find that stuff not scary, but very interesting, and how robots move and how it's all based on how we move. I find that also very fascinating.
To be able to get exposure to things like robotics and science and engineering, now I realize that those lead to the really neat jobs, the jobs where you get to design cool things and you get to use that to really do what you're interested in anyway. So if you have an interest in computers or in science or in the planets or anything science related, engineering's a great field and it has so much potential.
To be able to look at something on a computer screen and then see it come to life, it's very gratifying, especially when it works like it's supposed to.
Linamar have done a really great job as far as engineering opportunities and providing that to me. I'm from the Buncombe County area, so for me to come back to Buncombe County and work as an engineer is a really valuable thing. Linamar and other companies within Buncombe County have done a really great job as far as promoting education and really catering to that as far as engineering interns and co-ops go.
I once was an 8th and 7th grader, and I really highly recommend understanding math. It's everywhere. Math is a beautiful subject. I hated it when I grew up, but I tell you what, I love it right now because I understand it.
We want to prepare our students to have opportunities to stay here in Buncombe County and have successful careers. So we're seeing a lot of just very natural matches that have been supported and substantiated by what we hear from our business partners.
Having the ability to work with local companies within the STEM school and have them so involved is going to be important for our students because they can see where their learning can take them.
People have told me that one of the biggest fields in Western North Carolina is the medical industry, and that's really what I want to do.
Question number 6.
True or false? Bill Nye is the only type of person that benefits from STEM education.
False. Students, the community, employers, parents, and even test tube manufacturers all benefit from STEM education.
Technology is really the way of the future. Most of the jobs in the modern world are going towards more 21st century skills, problem solving, and things like that. If our students have STEM skills, they're going to be able to get those jobs and to sustain our economy, which is what they're going to have to do.
A statistic that I just recently saw involved economic development and the opportunities for students in the STEM-related careers to gain as much as a 26% higher salary rate.
One word, amazing.
Science, technology, engineering, and math all go together.
And our last question, question number 7.
My future's so bright, I have to wear
Shades.
Live long and prosper.
I have to wear these safety glasses.
I would really enjoy attending this STEM school
Because there would be a lot of hands-on activities.
I really want to go somewhere where I can get a really good education.
Beginning 2014-15, we will be welcoming a class of 100 ninth graders, and each successive years we will add an additional class of 100 students, ultimately coming to grades 9 through 12 and 400 students. And certainly we hope that this will be in some way a lab that will benefit not only our Buncombe County schools that surround the perimeter of the Discovery Academy, but also will benefit Western North Carolina, as hopefully it will become a model that other schools in Western North Carolina might like to visit.
Thank you, Buncombe County Schools,
for giving our students the opportunity
To learn in a new way.
To expand my horizon. Abracadabra!
to prepare me for a career, making incredible discoveries.
Helping others, and maybe, just maybe, changing the world.
The Buncombe Discovery Academy.
Invent your tomorrow.
Thanks, Buncombe County Schools, for bringing us the STEM High School.